skate.
Hey, I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
And that's the one, Marvin. That's the silver tuna.
Oh. Coming in hot with all of the soundboard. Brandon,
pretty much is
way to
on the
go.
soundboard.
You clearly spent some time putting in some new stuff. That's good.
Watched that last night. Very current.
Home Alone 3?
Yes.
Lost in Saskatchewan.
What's the third one called? It's just called Home Alone 3?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called, but I did watch that with the children a couple weeks ago, and I recommend you
don't.
You just recommend me.
Exactly.
Welcome to After the Final Pour, where we pour waffle batter on waffle irons. And this week we're making savory waffles with onions, chives, and cheddar cheese. We have special guest Clark Fettridge here, who made up his own waffle recipe. We're pretty excited to talk about that. But first, let's get to this beer.
What did you bring us, Clark?
Awkward silence.
I thought we already did this in the Christmas episode. Didn't we?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, why don't you explain, Clark, what happened?
Well, I bought this wonderful beer from Bell's called the Old Fashioned Holiday Ale, and I bought it for the Christmas episode. And the Christmas episode aired a few days ago.
Week.
So
yeah,
let's just talk about what we thought during the episode last week.
Hey, do you know what's one interesting thing? So I'm kind of looking at the bottle real quick. No, it's about the beer. It says shelf life unlimited.
Wow.
What? Oh.
But in all honesty, no, I bought this beer probably, I think it was November 5th or 6th for the Christmas episode. A month or so passed. We started recording the Christmas episode. I talked about this. We talked about this in the Christmas episode. And I realized halfway through a conversation that I forgot to give you guys this to share. So here we are. It's time to drink it during After the Final Pour.
Not on top of that, Rose.
I definitely was not on top of that, Rose, but it did give us an extra reason to talk.
Yeah. And this is, here we are a few days before Christmas. I feel like it, was a blessing in disguise. It's a very nice way to do our, I believe this is our final our final after the final pour for the year.
Well, I also realized it's probably a good thing we didn't try to crack this open amongst all the other beers because this is 10.8%. So
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah. It's
because I think
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I text both of you later on after that episode, and I didn't. I only finished 2 of those beers. I think I text both of you. How am I so tipsy from that episode?
It'll do it.
Thank God we didn't do this. Yeah,
seriously.
Do you want to, Clark?
Yeah.
Do you want to read the bottle?
Yeah, Bell's.
We're
drinking Bell's. We're drinking their Old Fashioned Holiday Ale. As they say, call us old-fashioned, but we like to have special brews for special times of the year. We aged our Christmas ale, in bourbon barrels, then added dried cherry and orange peel. This winter warmer invokes classic flavors of the season and is perfect to sit by the fireplace or put in the cellar for celebrations to come. Originally brewed by our barrel specialist for our annual Roll Out the Barrel celebration. 10.8, and as you said, shelf life is unlimited.
I don't believe that one bit.
Infinite.
Well, we aged
Let's get
this
another one, please. And bury it in a time capsule, and we'll find it when we're like 80 and we're doing our 1 millionth episode. Dig it up.
I told Jeff if I could find another 4-pack of these, I'd buy it. I was telling you guys before we started recording. My neighbor Jeff, he's a big fan of drinking old fashions. That's pretty much what he drinks. That's his drink of choice, especially on a summer night when he's hanging out in the yard. I actually had a couple old fashions this year, so I finally have a reference point, because I don't think I ever had an old fashioned until I moved into my house and had Jeff as my neighbor. Did you guys get a chance to take a sip of this yet?
Not yet, but I will say I would say my entree to bourbon and spirits was old fashions, honestly. Huh. And I think it was from watching Mad Men. They were always pouring something. I'm like, well, let me find something that I could drink, and then I had a few. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good.
That was my
just kept going. So
yeah, for me, my introduction to meth was watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, I haven't gotten into that yet. Maybe we can talk off mic.
I was hoping for a rim shot on that one. Thank you. I don't smoke meth. Right off the, in case that needed to be cleared up. Right off the bat, I smell orange.
Yes.
Not like strong, punch in your face orange, but I don't get a lot of bourbon aroma, which that doesn't bother me. And upon my first, and also it's a nice. What color would you guys call this?
Ooh, great
It's almost
question.
reddish.
Yeah.
It's like a dark. It's like a deep brownish red.
Yeah, amber red.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess. Yes,
Yeah.
if you're going to be all technical about it.
I will. Very technical.
Have you not met Clark before? He's super technical.
You know me.
Technical Clark, that's what we call him. I will say that I do get a lot of cherry. That's the main, for me. That's the main flavor that kind of pops out upon first sip.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Yeah, and it says they added dried cherry, but what's weird? The cherry that I'm kind of getting is almost like the juice of like the maraschino cherry jar. Like just a little bit of not overwhelmingly that, but it's present, and I don't hate it. I mean, it brings me back to my childhood. Drinking.
No, not at all. And I feel like
me and my old man drinking old fashions.
No, and I feel like if in the game of mystery beers, if someone had given this to me, I might have been able to pinpoint close to what this actually was supposed to be. A lot of times I'm way off, say I didn't know what I was being poured, but this you could almost tell, and that's a good thing for what they're trying to make here.
But you would have to be a person that is familiar with an old fashioned or what's in an old fashioned, I would say.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I would have been able to pick it out had I never had an old fashioned before.
No.
It actually reminds me of the times that Jeff has given me an old fashioned while we've been hanging out in the yard, like a hot night or something, and the ice kind of melted in there. And this is not to take away from this beer, but the drink waters down a little bit. And I'm not saying that this taste is watered down, but that the bourbon in there is not super strong.
Yes.
It's not like, a big bourbon barrel aged beer. It's really nice. It's almost very subtle and an aftertaste for what I'm getting from it.
Yeah. And you said watered down, and I was about to say the same idea. I'm kind of getting like soda water bubble, like the carbonation is reminding me of soda.
And what's really interesting about this is it's 10.8%, but it does not drink like it.
No,
not at all. I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna drink it fast. I gotta be honest. Yeah. No, it's good. As far as like how light it really is for. What did you guys say? It's a 10%?
10.8. Yeah.
10.8. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so almost 11. Okay, good. Yeah. It's really kind of almost refreshing.
It is very.
Does that make sense? Like not like thirst quenching refreshing, but
no.
just,
But I get what you're coming from too, and it's funny because, I am getting the base out of this. It's been a while since I've had the Bell's Christmas Ale, but I can definitely tell that is a part of this. Like, it's got that Scotch ale feel to it. And like, most Scotch ales that I drink are not barrel aged. So if I have that, it's running around 8% maybe, maybe even a little less. But yeah, that's why it feels like it's still on that level. Just has some deeper flavors that are in there. And that's kind of beefed it up, man. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, the more I get into this, the more I'm pleasantly surprised at how well they got that old fashioned flavor, so to speak.
Yeah, Jeff had asked, how are they going to get the sweet vermouth in there? And I said, Jeff, I don't know. I'll find out when I drink it. Get off my back. There's not a, like, I don't find old fashions super sweet. Although, bourbon itself is a little sweet, and then the vermouth obviously is going to sweeten it up. But you take that away, you still get the, like I said, the watered down, the ice has been melted a little bit. This is really good, man. I'm really surprised. I wasn't doubting it, but I was more so curious and interested in, calling something, old fashioned holiday and saying it's like an old fashioned inspired beer. That's risky. And Bells, you pulled it off, you crazy kids.
So Clark, do you know when this one first originated? I know you kind of talked about it, but like, is there a year?
I'm not seeing anything. The first time I saw it was when they started advertising it late fall in October, and then a week or so later saw it in the store. I'm not seeing anything about them having this out before. I don't remember seeing this being available before this year.
I think from what the description was saying that it was their rolling out the barrels thing that they did. I think it was maybe just a special on
one-off.
Yeah, and because with there's this pandemic going on. I don't know if you guys are aware of that right now. That maybe this was something they still made, and instead of just doing the having it on tap, it's the first time maybe that they're bottling it.
I believe that to be the case. Yeah, there's 3,500 total check-ins on Untappd, which was a bunch, but not.
Yeah, it's not
crazy big,
huge, right?
And honestly, the reviews are. It's either 4.5 or 2, so people either like it or don't. But that makes sense. If you're not an old-fashioned bourbon whiskey drinker, then I get that.
So funny thing about this beer, though, so a couple days ago, actually, I was going. There's a group on Facebook where people give stuff away, and the proprietor of Percolator had 2 of these and crispy cakes that he was giving away for free. He's like, "Hey, anybody want to try some new beers?" I tried them; they weren't for my liking. Take them; they're yours. And I saw it. I was too late. I was like, man, I would have grabbed them. But yeah, he got rid of them because he was not a fan. He's like, normally we'd have like some kind of Christmas party and I'd pawn these off on people, but I can't do that this year. So come and get it. And so somebody came and picked up those beers.
I still have a crispy cakes in my refrigerator from.
So do I. Well, it's still on the shelves too. It is still on the shelves.
Yeah. It's not a bad beer, but it's not a beer that you can. You did the video about it on Instagram. It's good. It tastes like Rice Krispies, like a Rice Krispie treat. You just I'm looking for the right time to drink it again. Maybe over the holidays here I might crack that open, to be honest.
Yeah, and what's funny about it too is because I feel like it came out, it was really popular, and then it got scarce, and then I'm wondering if they like, oh man, this is great, let's brew a bunch more, and they brewed it and went to market, and then like the season was changing, and stout, Christmas beers were coming out, fall beers were coming out, and it just kind of like got forgotten.
Yeah, because it did hit the shelves late summer.
Yeah.
At least when I remember seeing it on the shelves for like late summer. I know that they did an initial release, maybe early summer, where I was like, oh wow, this is really good. I really like this. And then it came out again, which I was surprised because a lot of their pastry stuff, their pastry case beers, it's a small run. It's a small amount, but I'm assuming that this one's probably a little bit easier to make.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and yeah, that is an awesome beer, but not to pivot from what we're currently talking about, which is the Bell's one.
No, that's fine. We can start talking about Marvel movies next if you guys want. I did just finish the season 2 of Mandalorian. Do you guys want some spoilers? Should we spoil everything right now for
I saw
everybody?
your post earlier, and I thought, let's move on from that because I'm only halfway through the season. So thank you.
Oh boy, yeah.
Did,
don't worry.
Did Ronald and Franklin meet up and then decide to start their own universe called Zargon Land? You can't say
without giving too much away. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, listeners.
Zargon Land is official canon in the Star Wars universe.
I knew it. Anyway.
Nobody finds that funny but me and Clark.
Back to old fashioned.
You know what? This makes me want to have an old fashioned. I have nothing except for some Jameson that is like two drinks have been drunk out of it. And I have nothing else to make an actual old fashioned. But this does make me want to have a real old fashioned. And that's nothing against the beer. I do hope I can find more of this. This would be nice to find because it's kind of a beer that I think you can have any time of the year. It doesn't have to be around this time. I like the play on old fashioned holiday, but I could easily see us sitting outside during spring or summer at night and drinking one of these.
No, I would love to. If I see another 4-pack of these, I will definitely grab one because I'd hold one for next year. I'd hold one for the year after, and honestly see what happens because I don't see it getting all that worse. I could see it changing, and worse, not in a bad way.
Sucks now. I don't think it's going to get any worse.
It's already at a good level. I don't see it going lower than that level. Is what I'm trying to say.
I guess my only concern would be where would the fruit go? As far as like the cherry and the orange, like how much of that would change or would it dissipate at all?
Hopefully we find out in 2023.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of too, especially the orange, because the orange, I mean, it's very prevalent when you smell it, but it's not, I don't get it. The cherry kind of overpowers the taste and that's not a bad thing. I feel like,
it's not like super, like you were saying, the maraschino cherry or, it's like, I don't want people to think that this is like, so cherry forward, but it is very present.
Yeah, and I'm getting like there's a slight zest that I'm getting that's probably from some orange, but it's very, very subtle. I think that would be completely gone in years to come.
Yeah. Well, Bell says to infinity and beyond with that, so I guess we're gonna have to find some more.
And
guys.
where do they say that?
It's on their website. I looked it up.
God damn it for not having that sound drop.
Brandon, you just need to start having a whole bunch of stuff, just random things. You got to start thinking of random things to just have little one-liners. Next, the next full episode that we're going to do is going to be our kind of a year in review. I know we talked about this in the Christmas episode, but I'm getting pumped for it now. I'm excited. Clark, you pointed something out to me with Untapped, our year in review they do now, kind of like Spotify.
Yes.
Clark, when I showed you, I took a screenshot of the top people I checked in with, and I forgot Brandon and I have the Malting Hour logo for both of our Untapped. So I just thought it was me, you, and then Ron. And I'm like, that's weird that it wouldn't be you and Brandon. And Ron was the only other person that I drank with this year. But then I realized it was you and Brandon who are my top my top drinking buddies this year.
Everything that I saw checked out 150,000%. I'm like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, my top 3 breweries made the most sense to me, especially. We won't reveal anything just yet. We'll get to that.
That's right.
The next episode. But we're gonna sit down and talk about some of our favorite beers of the year and maybe what we're looking forward to for the next year. And I don't know. I'm gonna drink what's in my fridge that night. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I kind of did that today. Was I supposed to wait?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I started early. I had a football game to watch, so I kind of had to just start drinking. So, sorry.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, but it's what I do. I'm here for the podcast to drink beers. Yes.
Yeah, but we're supposed to do it. Thank you. Yeah, we're supposed to do it together.
Oh.
Is there anything, since by the time this comes out and we do the next episode, we got Christmas that we're going to surpass, and all three of us do celebrate that holiday. Is there anything special you guys have that you are planning on drinking either Christmas Eve, Christmas Day?
Get some
that you know of right now?
Barrel-aged water. Gonna need that.
I think that's just called whiskey and water.
Yes. No, maybe I'll have some Weller. Ooh.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That Weller is good.
No, I've got plenty of Bourbon County. I've got plenty of Deepwood beers from Revolution. I purchased the Bitter Pops Advent calendar.
Yes,
which has been great. It's been really fun. All beers I've never had. Very interesting beers. I went through a lot of those today. Sorry. So
you're telling me you've been drinking today?
What's that?
That calendar's over with. He didn't make it to Christmas.
I figured might as well have a couple a day. So
that's pretty good.
On the 12th, I made it through all 24. But
holy cow, jeez. Yeah, actually, Jeff's daughter and I have been going through the Aldi Advent calendar, and we are probably, I want to say, a week behind right now, because we would meet up in the yard and share the beers over the fence. And I gotta be honest, there is one brewery in particular, I forget the name of it, but it's an Irish brewery, and they have had all the best beers, from IPAs to stouts to everything that I've drank from them. I've been like, I would definitely buy that if I saw that on the shelves. I don't remember their name, but I think next year I'd really like to do a different Advent calendar, kind of like the Bitter Pops that you're talking about.
I give Bitter Pops a lot of props, if you will.
Ooh, nice. I will.
Because very, very long story short, I've done the Greenbush Brewery out of Sawyer, Michigan's Advent calendar starting many years ago. The first time I did it was just when I was getting into craft beer. And it was the best. It was awesome because I was just getting into craft beer. Every beer was new to me. Every beer was different. So I was learning new beers. But then every year there were a lot of repeats. So I was getting very bored with it. So I haven't done that for a few years. I think they stopped a few years.
No offense, Greenbush. No offense.
No offense. No.
Your beers.
Nope. They steered me into the right direction. But
I don't think we've ever had a Greenbush beer on this podcast.
No, it's about time though. But Bitter Pops, theirs has been all brewery, what's the word I'm looking for?
Exclusives?
Exclusive, brewery exclusives that they only sell at the brewery or at Bitter Pops. So it's been really cool to see everything. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. Definitely going to do it again next year. So maybe we do it together.
Ooh, the 12 beers of the malting hour.
24 beers of malting hour, Tony. There's 24 beers.
I thought you were doing 2 a day.
I would if I could.
But you can't, so you won't.
Well, I could, but
don't. Yeah, the whole Advent calendar thing's a cool idea. I've seen people make their own on Instagram. They've made their own Advent calendars, and they just bought some random beers and put them in a box and said, "Okay, this is just going to open up a random beer each day," which I thought was kind of cool.
I wish I would have known, because I think Aldi and Sam's Club both were doing a cheese calendar. I'm like, that's genius. Like, I want that. Somebody I know, actually we know, a friend of the show, she was on the Bourbon County party episode, Liz Lux. I think her parents gifted her a cheese calendar, and it had some like she showed like the first couple of days of cheeses that she had. I was like, man, that sounds awesome. Like, I like cheese, and it's like little sample sizes. I'm like, it's perfect,
Yeah, she's also doing the Aldi Advent calendar. I've been commenting on her check-ins.
Yeah, no joke. It's a great deal. I think in August is when they start the pre-orders, and it's $10 less. I think I paid $75 for it for 24 beers, and most of them are 16 ounces.
Oh, geez.
So
that's awesome. I didn't realize how
quite a good deal.
Inexpensive that was.
Yeah, and two, I literally get excited every morning when I wake up. I mean, my boys have their own Advent calendars. They're like, "Daddy, can we go open the Advent calendar?" I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I get to open my own special surprise, and it's better than what you're opening."
I love my children when I wake up every morning, but I'm like, "Not today, kids. Daddy's got a new beer."
I get to reach into my hand into a box and pull out a cool beer that I get to drink later. So yeah, maybe next year we all do the malting hour, the old rotation here.
That sounds that'd be a fun thing to do.
Indeed.
I think I definitely, as far as Christmas and Christmas Eve is concerned, I've got 2 beers behind me. I've got the Mr. 8 from the Mystery, however you want to pronounce it, from Goose Island, the coconut bourbon barrel aged beer, and then the Goose Island Anniversary. I think one of those or both I'm gonna crack open those 2 days. I don't want to send that coconut one. I know it says you can age it for 2 years, but I'm like. For what? For the coconut to fade? Goose, Come on.
Yeah.
I want it to fade. I want to taste it.
Yeah, as far as specific beers go, I don't know exactly what I would probably crack. But I mean, I have at this point a couple of 2-3 regular bourbon counties, so I think that might be appropriate. And I've got some older beers that I might dig into, some older bourbon counties possibly.
Treat yourself, man. Treat yourself.
Crack those open, live the high life, as they say.
Ooh, High Life sounds good. Yeah, there's those champagne-sized bottles of Miller High Life at the local Jewel that I know they're selling in other supermarkets.
They have them
so if you guys get,
dude, they had them at Benny's the other day. Like they put the High Life bottles next to like the giant Anchor Steam bottles. I'm like, really?
dude, those one year for Christmas, I bought all the guys in the family a bottle of that, and it was well received. I had it actually last New Year's. That's what I cracked open at midnight. Laura was drinking. My wife Laura was drinking champagne. I was drinking the champagne of beers.
Love it. Well, and this year, have you seen the special glasses they're selling? The Wi-Fi connected glasses.
I did.
So you you keep one and you give one to your friend and you connect them to the internet. And once you both pick up the glasses, they light up or something. So you can cheers each other from afar.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's such a cool idea. I did get the email for that.
So Brandon, did you got the glass I left you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, good. Okay, well.
Wait. Just you guys have them?
Oh, well, yeah. I figured I'd give it to someone special.
So, I guess.
So you need to find someone else and find the glasses.
You need to find someone special.
I guess I'll talk to Jeff and see if he wants to cheers.
Good idea.
Jeff, I love you, my friend.
That's my oldest friend. Glad you got the pun, Brandon.
I know.
Thank you.
Check Tony's Twitter or Facebook or Untapped. I can't remember which one.
It's on all of them.
Ew.
Tony Loves Beer 69.
Where you can find him.
Oh, man. Well, to sum up all of this, I would say that the Old Fashioned Holiday from Bell's is a fine beer, and I hope, we came to the conclusion that this was probably bottled only because they had intentions of maybe releasing it at the tap room for their event of the rolling out the barrels, and they bottled it instead, and I hope maybe the reception is good enough that they continue to do so. As we know, Bell's does many things that become one-offs, and I can never get them again, i.e., the Planet series, which I would love to do a whole episode on that if we could ever get those beers again.
Those were good.
That would be the episode of forever, if it ever happened.
Forever sells.
If anybody doesn't know, Bell's did do the Planet series, and Clark and I collected all of the bottles and then drank through them in Michigan one evening, and it was a lot. We listened to all the pieces of music.
It was based off the music of a composer, Gustav Holst, and there's a whole composition of music with each of these planets named, and so Tony and I, of course, thought, let's collect them all and listen to this music, and as each song changes, move on to that specific beer.
Oh man,
yeah. There were some songs longer than others, so some of it worked out. The other ones were like, we got to pause the music so we can finish this beer. Yeah. But all those beers were so good. The only one I remember seeing coming back around, I think, was not come back around, but yeah, it was Mars.
Yeah.
They re-released Mars.
They brought back
Mars.
Right? Mars was delicious. That was the first one. It was a double IPA.
Yeah.
And they had all sorts of other good stuff.
Saturn, I think, was the barrel-aged barley wine?
Yes, bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. I'm looking at it right now. Venus, blonde ale brewed with honey, apricot, cardamom, and vanilla. Mercury with Belgian single. Jupiter, malt forward brown ale. Saturn, the barrel-aged barley wine. Uranus, black double IPA, and Neptune was a mystical stout. Let's do it again, Bells.
Yeah, Bells. Come on. And we tweeted the video too, and they didn't even reply.
Take another run around the planets.
Yeah. No Pluto though. That was disappointing.
Yeah. Well, they can add it this time. It was, I think back then people weren't sure. It wasn't a planet, and it was, and it wasn't. It is again. So
is it again? Is it a planet again?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean,
tonight's not the night to figure it out. Anyways, you guys got any last thoughts on this beer?
No, sir.
Delicious.
Jovial, I would say.
Exactly.
Joyous. Yeah, dude, this is a solid beer. And again, I agree with
Sorry.
I agree with the sentiment.
Clark's still going.
Like year round, this would, because I mean, there's people that probably only drink old fashions during the holidays, but this is more than just Christmas. This is well above. And yeah, I would be curious. And Clark, I'm with you. If I see a 4-pack, I'm going to grab it and hold on to it and see what happens.
Let's do it.
I'd say if any of us can find it, let's let the other person know, and let's get these.
Or not tell each other. Then we have 12. So we have 12
Or if anybody else has a heads up on where it is, let us know at info@themaltinghour.com. Again, that is info@themaltinghour.com.
Nice segue, Brandon. Very nice. Very nice. All right, well, I think we reached our half-hour limit for after the final pour. I guess we'll get together again for the next time when we do our year-end. I want to call it Cheers to Beers Awards. We're gonna make it. I want to make it an awards ceremony.
And we'll give out some Maltese.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm calling it the Maltese.
Maltese.
I mean, come on.
All right. Well, the tagline could be "Cheers to Beers." The Maltese.
There we go.
The Maltese. The first annual Maltese. Cheers to Beers. A year in review. There. I'm practicing what we'll do for the.
Do we have any string instruments in the background? We can.
Oh, I still have my.
Well, it's not a sad occasion.
Yeah. That's for all the beers that didn't make the list. In memoriam, retired beers.
Seriously. In memoriam 2020. Yes. Let's move on.
Yeah, the whole year in memoriam. Baseball. All right, that's gonna do it. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Didn't we talk about that?
Did I burn down the joint? I don't think so.
Oh shit! I thought there was gonna be more.
I know, right?
Oh
Keep
boy!
the change, you filthy animal.
After the final pour. After the final pour. After the final pour. After the final pour. When life gives you an empty cup, just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
I need a waffle bot.